It is the most brutal silence in modern royal history. The palace did not need to issue a press statement to confirm Prince Harry's fall from grace. The empty seats in Utah did it for them. Imagine standing on the balcony of Buckingham Palace, commanding the attention of the entire world, only to find yourself a few years later in a desolate theater at the Sundance Film Festival, desperately trying to hype a documentary about Girl Scouts selling cookies. This is not a nightmare. This is the humiliating reality facing the Duke and Duchess of Sussex today. Breaking reports confirm that their latest project, Cookie Queens, failed to sell out, leaving the couple staring at rows of empty chairs and facing a tidal wave of industry ridicule. Critics are calling it a flop. But here at Viral Gavel, we see it for what it truly is: the final, undeniable confirmation that the trade of the century has collapsed. Prince Harry traded the crown, his military titles, and the respect of the Commonwealth for this, while the palace maintains a dignified silence. Hollywood, meanwhile, is speaking loud and clear, branding the couple as serial clout chasers who have completely squandered their potential. Meghan reportedly frames the film as a serious story of entrepreneurship, citing her childhood cookie sales as inspiration. But to the elite circles they desperately want to join, it looks less like vision and more like a grasp for relevance. The contrast is devastating. The late Queen Elizabeth offered them the world. They chose crumbs. Welcome to Viral Gavel. Do not click away, because what happened in that theater was not just a bad business day. It was a verdict. For years, Harry and Meghan promised grandeur after stepping back as senior working royals. They pledged to produce uplifting, world-changing content, documentaries on climate change, hard-hitting interviews with global leaders, humanitarian stories that would shake society. They were meant to become the new power brokers of global media. Fast forward to 2024, and the reality is not just disappointing, it is almost satirical. The prestigious Sundance Film Festival, the son of the king traveled thousands of miles to promote Cookie Queens, a documentary not about landmines, mental health, or the Invictus Games, but about 4 Girl Scouts navigating the business of cookie sales. One commentator captured the public reaction perfectly. Good grief. But the humiliation goes deeper than subject matter. In Hollywood, anything works if it sells. Had the theater been packed, this could have been spun as a quirky, genius pivot. Instead, the industry responded with indifference. 2 of the most recognizable faces on Earth could not fill a cinema hall. The empty seats delivered a silent, brutal judgment on the current value of the Sussex brand. The project appears to be yet another vehicle for Meghan's personal narrative of self-aggrandizement, framing a common childhood activity as the origin story of a business mogul. To seasoned filmmakers who risk everything to tell stories of war, poverty, and human triumph, it felt trivial. And triviality has consequences. The couple is now openly being described as suffering a fall from grace. In Hollywood's most dangerous label, they are being branded serial clout chasers, people who demand privacy while chasing attention. The irony is suffocating. They traded state banquets for snack sales, Buckingham Palace for a half-empty theater in Utah. Executives are now whispering a brutal question. Is this it? The failure of Cookie Queens suggests the Sussex magic has crumbled into crumbs. Without the majesty of the monarchy, they are discovering they are just 2 more producers in an unforgiving marketplace, and the market is rejecting them. To understand the depth of this humiliation, we must remember what they walked away from. Before Megxit, Queen Elizabeth II offered them a once-in-a-lifetime role within the Commonwealth. They could have represented the crown to 2.5 billion people, shaping global initiatives on climate, youth leadership, and education. They could have wielded real influence, meaning, and dignity. They said no. Instead, they chased a Hollywood fantasy that has devolved into mediocrity. From hosting diplomatic summits to promoting cookie sales, the contrast is almost painful to watch. Royal commentators now say it plainly. What a fall from grace. The palace, meanwhile, has said nothing, and that is its greatest victory. By refusing to engage, King Charles and Prince William allowed the Sussex brand to collapse under its own weight. No statements. No rebuttals. Just silence. And in that silence, the truth became impossible to ignore. The magic was never Harry and Meghan. The magic was the institution they stood upon. Once that infrastructure was gone, so was the aura. Without duty, service, and restraint, celebrity alone proved hollow. Harry left the most exclusive institution in the world to become a struggling producer. He traded legacy for relevance, and lost both. The crown remains secure. The palace continues to reign. And the empty seats at Sundance have delivered a verdict no press release ever could.